Hi guys, and welcome to a new episode of A Dog's Soul. Today we're going to talk about a trusting relationship and how our dogs see it. I'm Anita, I'm a professional dog trainer, and I help you build a trusting relationship to overcome fear and reactivity. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss anything anymore. And now stay tuned and have fun. Alright, so sometimes it's a little bit different how our dogs see a relationship with us and how we see it. Because we are told we have to be strict and we have to set boundaries and we have to discipline our dogs or correct wrong behavior or whatever. And this is something that we are told will strengthen the bond between us because the dog will know his place. And all of what I just said is BS. Because from the dog's point of view, it destroys every trust he can have in you. See it like this. If you come home to somebody who is not you, so any spouse or relative or whatever, and you do not fully agree about every single detail in your life. And that's just normal because nobody agrees about everything, right? So, for example, you haven't cleaned something the way this person likes it, or you haven't cooked something the way this person likes it, or you did something that this person doesn't like, but you wanted to do, like after work, go for a drink with the girls or something like that. And this person comes up in your face and yells at you or pushes you or does something else so that you will not do that again. First, think about how hard this punishment would have to be to stop you from whatever it is you wanted to do and this person didn't want you to do. And on the other hand, how this punishment would have to look like to make you do things exactly like this person does it, especially when this person has not told you how he likes it, or she, or it, or whatever. Would that even be possible? I'm guessing your answer is no. And this is what our dogs experience every single day when we just punish and just for understanding reasons. A correction and disciplining your dog is a punishment. It is adding an uncomfortable, painful, or fear-inducing stimulus to stop your dog's behavior. That's punishment. And if you do that, in the best case, your dog knows what he did wrong. And I'm thinking quotes here because in the dog's point of view, a behavior is not wrong. A behavior has some kind of use. For example, your dog just runs off because he sees the neighbor's cat or a dog he likes, or he has to bark at other dogs on the leash because he's afraid that that dog will come close to him, and he has learned that whenever he yells at the other dog just enough, he will leave. And all those things. So your dog doesn't do something to annoy you or because it's fun doing something wrong. Your dog does something because it has some kind of use. And if you just punish it, then first the punishment would have to be strong enough for your dog to weigh it out. Like, okay, this is so uncomfortable that whatever gain I have from it is not worth it. And of course, the need for the behavior still remains in your dog. So after some time, your dog will start to do the behavior again because the need is still there. And the longer a punishment is in the past, the longer or the easier your dog will forget it. So you have to come again and punish the behavior again. And this time, because the need has not been fulfilled for a longer time, it's stronger. So your punishment have to be stronger. And this is a very, very bad cycle. And if your dog doesn't even know what he did wrong, then the punishment is useless anyway. And this is why all of discipline and corrections and all those things are completely useless. Yes, if they are done right, they work. But they do nothing for your dog's well-being. They do nothing for your dog's needs and desires and happiness. Nothing. Because whatever misbehavior we see in our dogs, it has a use for the dog. It serves some kind of need. And if we find the need and if we can fulfill it in some way or the other, or just remove it, like, for example, if we get our dogs comfortable with other dogs on leash, then our dogs no longer have the need to scare away the other dog. You know what I mean? So those two things we can do. Either fulfill the need or remove it. And none of it takes any kind of punishment. And if you look back at our example at the beginning, where you come home to a person who is not nice to you, could you trust that person fully? Would it be possible for you? Think about it. And of course, not using any kind of punishment and correction and all those things is not the only thing that teaches your dog how to trust you. There are also things that might be just logical for you, but maybe not. So here goes. Be predictable. Yes, I know this is something we are also told that isn't a good thing, but it kind of is. Because being predictable will allow your dog to know you are always there for him. You will help him in situations he can't handle. You will not get uncomfortable. You will not do things that overwhelm him or scare him or all those things. And you are a source of calmness and happiness and safety. It's not that easy, I know, because we're humans and we have emotions, and sometimes we get angry, and of course our dogs know that, even if we hold back and we hold it in and all those very, very hard things. But our dogs will know because our body language is slightly off and our muscle tension is slightly higher, and we might have wrinkles in the face where there normally aren't any, and all those little things that we don't even know, but our dogs will definitely see it. So we have to be a little bit aware of that, and we have to reflect on ourselves and on our actions and all those things, and we have to be honest with ourselves. And that's probably the hardest thing to do, because sometimes it hurts, but we have to be honest. Like when we are really angry at something, doesn't matter what, colleagues or clients or social media. And we have to realize that, because then we can decide not to go on a walk with our dog right this second, but do something to calm down first. And yes, our dogs can see that we sometimes struggle with these emotions. That's no problem, because we predictably do not act on them. And our dogs will also know that. And yes, sometimes when this happens very often and your dog is new to your household, it will take a longer time to realize that nothing's happening to him, even though you sometimes get angry. And that's another reason why it's so important to watch out for your own happiness and for your own well-being and for your own health. If you're not doing that for yourself, do it for your dog. And just a couple of very easy to implement tricks for your dog's trust. Watch your body language and try to do things in a way your dog will be comfortable with, like not bending over him but crouching down and all those things. Always feed your dog at the same kind of time, so it doesn't have to be every day at 6 p.m. and every day at 6 a.m. It doesn't have to be that close and that correct, but more like every day in the morning and every day in the evening I get food. Yeah? So your dog knows that he doesn't have to worry about hunger and all those things, especially for dogs who have experienced that. Always have water available for your dog. This is very, very important, so your dog cannot get thirsty. And if you see your dog struggling in a situation, like you are out walking and you see your dog tensing up because there is another dog coming towards you, provide with a way out. Provide your dog with something else to do and with a safety net. For example, you click your dog for looking at the other dog and just tell him, come on, let's go, and go in another direction or turn around or whatever is possible in the situation. All those things. So your dog learns, hey, I can really rely on my human. And if your dog gets scared, don't stay in a situation. Give him a way out. And you can also use a marker signal in situations where your dog gets scared, even if he can't take food. But the marker signal will tell your dog or will remind your dog of a positive feeling. And whenever he can take food again, he will. So those are just things that will put you in a light of reliability and trustworthiness in your dog's eyes. So I would definitely recommend those. And don't forget to click the subscribe button. And if you need any help with changing the relationship between your dog and yourself and getting rid of punishment and corrections and all those unnecessary things, go to the description box, click the link, and start today. I wish you an amazing time with your dog, and we'll see each other next time. Bye!